I'm Amber Stephenson. I'm with Manhattan Radiology, the administrator there, and I've been there for 13, going on 14 years, I think. I took over as the administrator in 2021. We are facility-based, so Imagine is our main software. So I've got 4 other staff members in addition to myself, 2 remote coders, and then 2 on-site. And so we are in Imagine all day, every day. It's our primary focus. Prior to being on Imagine, we were on a non-specific radiology software, and I really couldn't tell you anybody that was on it. So I inherited that software. I had a contract that auto-renewed right when I took over. And that software had done, it worked for us, but other vendors were not it was not easy to work with that vendor, whereas everyone wants to work with Imagine, I would say. And also because of being in radiology and their focus on radiology, just having the other clients and practices to be able to work with, and the fact that Imagine understands radiology, and we hadn't had that before. Since going on Imagine, our setup was very old school, lots of manual processes. We have been able to automate much more of that with anticipation that we'll be able to do a lot of that, more of that in the future. We were still doing a lot of paper, PDF file drops, that type of stuff, and Imagine has helped us bring on interfaces and been a great partner to work with our facilities in doing that, because as a small practice, we don't have our own IT, and so it's been very nice to have a partner that supports that and understands what's happening. I had a lot of time to vet different softwares. I went in with knowledge that Imagine was a good product. We had actually looked at it on our last software change, and really liked it. The only reason we went with something else was because the person that was in charge of that decision was used to working with this other company. So we stayed with them. So Imagine has always been on our mind since then. So when the contract renewal was coming up, I started vetting lots of softwares. And I took a look at there's a lot of great radiology ones out there. But I think that was really the differentiating factor, was Imagine specializing in radiology and having those other practices that are using that. There's a community of practices that are saying, hey, this might not work the way I want, or there's already features that are custom built in there to run because somebody else has already asked for it, so I didn't have to. I don't think we were ever not considering bringing a Copilot into the use with Imagine 1. I had a lot of time between the software that we were on and moving to the new software with Imagine 1, and Copilot just seems to be the way of the future, and or using AI in general. And so whereas we were so behind before, I feel like we're a little bit more at the forefront now, and I'm excited for how our practice is going to look, being able to use that. We've only been on Copilot live with it for a couple weeks, but there are some features of it we were already using with the statements and the patient engagement, and then having that visibility too directly within Imagine, such as seeing, how's the patient responding to that? Did they really get those texts and emails and answer that? Now with the mapping and so forth, that has been, part of it is the quality of data we get from our facilities, but I think as we continue to use it, it's only going to get better and better. I can see where it's pulling some of the information from, because I've already mapped something on there, so it's showing me, hey, this site has this is why, and the level of confidence, that's been really helpful. Now with the denials, that is, we actually prefer, I think, working out of Copilot on the denials versus the denial tickler on there. The use is just, it's much more user-friendly, and a lot of the recommendations on there are steps that we would have taken anyways, but it's nice just to see it up there, or give you another option that, hey, I didn't really think about that necessarily. So yeah, we're really excited about it. Same thing with the predicted denials. we've been able to get feedback on ones that might not come back with 100% what we would say, but it's also catching some things that my coders can learn from too. Copilot is 100% going to make us a stronger practice. So we are already pretty small and I think efficient in the way that our staff works, but this is going to allow me to be able to delegate more and then shift some resources. So there's things that we may not have been able to get to or focus on that using Copilot and ImagineOne are absolutely going to help. Imagine reporting function, that was part of the reason that we went with Imagine. We did not have access to that in our previous software. And the fact that the reports are customizable, I feel like I can bring in almost any data point, or else if I need help with something, I can reach out to support and kind of get redirected there, because there are so many reports. I was a little overwhelmed at first, but no, it's been great in the way that I can export and work with the data that's in the reports. Reporting has been beneficial to us, and the fact that we really couldn't track RVUs very easily out of our old software. It was a lot of manual process. And with ImagineOne, they update that quarterly. I mean, it's real-time data. I can there's a number of different reports that I can run to take a look at that, and it's also been helpful in benchmarking and some of our hospital contracts as well. So the RVU reporting is what I've been using quite a bit. 100%, one of the biggest advantages of Imagine is the visibility. It's almost a downfall because there is so much up front, that transparency that I never had before. We're able to catch things on the front end before it ends up on the back end there. So that's absolutely been a huge benefit of using ImagineOne, is the visibility and the transparency on the data there. I think radiology is especially having challenges with decreases in reimbursement. I mean, I think any specialty say that, but radiology especially. And so we're looking to gain efficiencies anywhere we can, and Imagine is really helping us do that by automating as much as we can and make things more efficient, as well as that transparency and the visibility with the data, where we can see things and make adjustments as needed and try and catch that before we spend additional man hours or money trying to collect pennies on the dollar kind of thing with radiology. One of the benefits of, and reason why we chose ImagineOne, is because of the integration with FICURE's clearinghouse, and then having direct access to FICURE. In the past, we've had to go through our other software and wait on an answer from them, and this has been nice. And then if there's an issue, both Imagine and FICURE are ready to step in and help with that. And honestly, as far as transitioning to another clearinghouse, we really have not had any issues. The enrollment was fairly simple. They had all the forms there ready to go. So it was a really streamlined process to move over to FICURE. I would say, like any change, bringing on a new software is going to bring all sorts of challenges. And so just to be prepared for that, but that going with a product like Imagine, the benefits far outweigh just staying stagnant or the same. Everything's moving forward in a positive direction. So I can't wait to see where we'll be in a year. I'm excited to be here at the Imagine Client Conference since we are new Imagine clients, and I'm looking forward to talking to others that are on Imagine. I've been to other conferences, radiology-specific conferences too, where Imagine is there as a vendor, and there's other practices there that use Imagine. So I've been able to, see them at other places, but this one is really focused on Imagine. I'm excited to get some more hands-on learning with, questions that we have, using the software, and just some best practices, honestly, too, like how we could be using it better, because we are newer. There's a bit of a learning curve. So I'm looking forward to networking with the others here.